In November 2024, automotive valuation analysts released depreciation data that shocked the recreational vehicle industry. Certain model categories lost 65% of their retail value in just 4 years. These are not vintage units from the 1980s slowly aging out of the market. These are RVs built between 2019 and 2023 that are collapsing in value so fast that owners cannot sell them for enough to pay off their loans. And the depreciation curve is accelerating, not slowing down. If you financed one of these units in 2021 or 2022, you are probably underwater right now. The dealership told you the RV would hold its value. The finance manager assured you that RVs were great investments. But the data tells a different story. By the end of 2026, those 7 specific categories of recreational vehicles will be worth so little that banks will stop financing them, and dealerships will refuse to accept them as trade-ins. We are going to expose the manufacturing defects, the obsolete technology, and the market oversupply that is destroying the resale value of these units. More importantly, we are going to show you how to identify these depreciation traps before you make the financial mistake of buying one. Number 1. The 2020 to 2021 pandemic production units. We have covered the shutdown effect before, but the depreciation impact is now visible in valuation data. Travel trailers and fifth wheels manufactured between April 2020 and December 2021 are depreciating 15 to 20 percentage points faster than 2019 or 2022 models. The reason is simple. Buyers who purchased these units are now discovering the catastrophic defects we warned about. Frame welds are cracking, electrical systems are failing, delamination is appearing on 3- and 4-year-old trailers. These owners are flooding the used market with units they need to unload before the problems get worse. Dealerships are refusing to accept 2020 to 2021 units as trade-ins because they know these models have quality control issues. When a dealership does accept one on trade, they wholesale it immediately to auction rather than putting it on their retail lot. That tells you everything about what the industry knows regarding these units. By the end of 2026, a 2020 travel trailer that sold new for $45,000 will struggle to find a buyer at $12,000 because informed consumers understand what they are buying. The market is pricing in the cost of future repairs, and that cost exceeds the value of the unit. Number 2. Thor Industries budget brands. From Any Year Keystone, Heartland, Dutchman, and the entire Thor budget brand portfolio are experiencing permanent value destruction. These brands represent mass production at its worst, and the used market is catching up to the reality that these units are designed to survive the warranty period and nothing more. The problem is oversupply. Thor Industries produces hundreds of thousands of units per year. When you combine high production volume with low build quality, you create a used market flooded with identical products that all fail in identical ways. A buyer shopping for a used Keystone Cougar has 300 nearly identical units to choose from within a 100-mile radius. That abundance destroys pricing power. Keystone travel trailers from 2018 are currently selling for 40% less than comparable Grand Design models from the same year, even though both were priced similarly when new. The market has assigned a quality discount to the Thor budget brands, and that discount is widening every month. By 2026, Thor budget brands older than 5 years will be worth less than the salvage value of their chassis and appliances. Dealerships will not accept them. Private buyers will not finance them. And the owners who are stuck with them will discover they cannot even give them away. Number 3. 2015 to 2018 Diesel Pusher Class A motorhomes. Diesel pusher motorhomes built between 2015 and 2018 are entering the catastrophic failure zone for their emission control systems. These units are equipped with diesel particulate filters, selective catalytic reduction systems, and exhaust gas recirculation valves that were mandated by EPA regulations but never properly engineered for reliability. The particulate filter on a 2016 Cummins diesel can cost $4,000 to replace. The selective catalytic reduction system can fail and require $6,000 in repairs. When these systems fail, the engine goes into limp mode and the motorhome becomes undrivable. And these systems are failing right now on units with 60,000 to 80,000 miles. Owners are discovering that the repair costs exceed the resale value of the entire motorhome. A 2017 Newmar Dutch Star with a failed emission system might be worth $120,000 in perfect condition, but with a $10,000 repair needed immediately, the market value drops to $85,000 because buyers discount the purchase price by more than the repair cost to account for risk. The units that require these repairs are sitting on dealer lots unsold. Owners are listing them on private sale sites for months without getting reasonable offers. And banks are tightening lending standards because they do not want to repossess a motorhome that needs $10,000 in emission system repairs before it can be resold. By 2026, diesel pushers from this era will be considered unfinanceable by most lenders. Their value will collapse to a point where only cash buyers willing to delete the emission systems illegally will be interested. Number 4. Class C motorhomes on Ford E-Series chassis. Ford discontinued the E-Series chassis for Class C motorhomes in 2021. The replacement is the Transit chassis, which uses a completely different engine, transmission, and suspension design. This means parts availability for E-Series chassis is becoming a problem. Class C motorhomes built on E450 chassis between 2015 and 2021 are facing an obsolescence cliff. When a transmission fails or a suspension component breaks, owners are discovering that Ford dealerships no longer stock these parts. They have to be special ordered, which can take weeks or months. Some parts are no longer manufactured and must be sourced from salvage yards. The V10 Triton engine in these chassis is known for spark plug issues that can cost $2,000 to repair. The transmission is known for torque converter failures, and the front suspension ball joints wear out prematurely under the weight of a Class C body. These are not minor inconveniences. These are deal breakers for buyers shopping the used market. When a potential buyer asks if parts are readily available and the answer is no, they walk away. The market is assigning a steep discount to discontinued chassis platforms because buyers understand they are purchasing a vehicle with a limited service life. Number 5. Post-2021 Tiffin and Airstream units. We have discussed how Thor Industries acquired Tiffin in 2020 and Airstream years earlier. The market is now pricing in the quality decline that followed these acquisitions. A 2019 Tiffin Allegro from before the acquisition sells for 15% more than a 2022 model with similar mileage and condition. Buyers are willing to pay a premium for the pre-acquisition quality, and they are discounting the post-acquisition units because they know what changed. The same pattern is visible with Airstream. A 2015 Airstream Flying Cloud commands a higher resale price than a 2023 model of the same length and floor plan. The market has figured out that the newer units have quality control problems that the older units do not. This is the inverse of normal depreciation, where newer units are worth more. When newer units are worth less than older units, it signals that the brand has been permanently damaged. And permanent brand damage means permanent value destruction. By 2026, the premium that Tiffin and Airstream command in the used market will evaporate for post-acquisition units. These will be priced the same as generic Thor products because that is what they are. Number 6. Slide-out heavy fifth wheels. Built after 2018. Fifth wheels with 3 or more slide-outs are experiencing faster depreciation than simpler floor plans. The reason is failure rate. Every slide-out adds mechanical complexity, additional leak points, and structural stress on the frame. Modern fifth wheels with 4 or 5 slide-outs are engineering disasters waiting to happen. The slide-out mechanisms are powered by electric motors and gear systems that fail regularly. When a slide-out motor burns out, the repair can cost $1,500 plus labor. If multiple slide-outs fail, the repair bill can exceed $5,000. And these failures are common on units only 4 or 5 years old. Beyond the mechanical failures, slide-outs create flex points in the frame where cracks develop. The more slide-outs you have, the more stress points exist. Owners of these units are reporting separation between the main body and the slide-out boxes, which manifests as gaps, cracked caulking, and water intrusion. Buyers shopping the used market are avoiding slide-out heavy units because they understand the maintenance costs. A simple floor plan with 1 or 0 slide-outs will hold its value better because it has fewer things that can break. Number 7. Forest River Flagstaff and Rockwood models. Forest River's mid-tier brands, Flagstaff and Rockwood, were once considered decent value options, but production quality has declined so severely that these models are now depreciating faster than budget brands. The specific problem is veneer cabinets. Forest River switched to a thin wood veneer over particle board for cabinetry starting around 2019. This material looks acceptable on the showroom floor, but it delaminates and peels within 2 years of use. Owners are reporting cabinets that look 10 years old when the trailer is only 3 years old. The cabinet failure is not just cosmetic. When the veneer peels off, moisture can penetrate the particle board underneath, causing it to swell and disintegrate. We have seen units where entire cabinet boxes have collapsed because the particle board absorbed moisture and lost structural integrity. These units are flooding the used market as owners try to sell before the cabinet damage becomes too obvious. But buyers are catching on. A 2021 Flagstaff listed for $28,000 sits unsold, while a comparable Jayco from the same year sells within days at $32,000. The market knows which brands have the cabinet problems. The warning signs. If you currently own one of these 7 categories, you need to decide whether to sell now or hold. If you sell in 2025, you might get out before the depreciation accelerates further. If you wait until 2026 or 2027, you will own an asset that has no market. If you are shopping for a used RV and you encounter one of these categories at what seems like a great price, understand why it is priced low. The current owner knows something you do not. They are trying to unload a depreciating asset before it becomes worthless. The correct strategy is to avoid these 7 categories entirely and focus your search on the units that hold value. Pre-2020 production from quality brands. Simple floor plans without excessive slide-outs. Gasoline chassis that are still supported by manufacturers. And independent brands that have not been acquired by conglomerates. Stop thinking of an RV as an investment. It is a depreciating asset, and some models depreciate faster than others. Your goal is to minimize depreciation, not avoid it entirely. By steering clear of the 7 categories we have exposed, you can protect yourself from catastrophic value loss that will leave you trapped in a loan on a worthless vehicle. The market does not lie. When thousands of identical units flood the used market and sit unsold for months, that tells you the demand has collapsed. And when demand collapses, value follows. Do not be the last buyer holding a worthless RV when the music stops.